everybody, Kaye here, back on my homestead. We have a big canning day. This is my friend Theresa, and as we have our, which would be the third video in the series, in the canner we have, what do we have in there?
That is our chicken stock.
Chicken stock, that's right. We're just cranking it out here. So I thought, as long as we've got some light coming in the windows, oh my gosh, it's a sunny day for a change. We're also going to attack some sweet potatoes. It would be great for me to have some of my own sweet potatoes in my preps. And so Theresa has found a recipe in this great book that someone recommended to me, the complete book of home canning. And we are going to do the, you have to have liquid when you pack the...
We're going to do the canning, we're doing page 103.
Page 103.
For the sweet potatoes. And then we're going to do a light syrup, which is in the book, is on page 33.
33. Yeah, so you have to have a liquid when you prepare the sweet potatoes. You first have to, of course, wash them. And I've got purple, I've got the traditional orange, and I've got white sweet potatoes. So they're going to be multicolored.
They're going to be multicolored. We plan to do a lot of this prep off camera because we're going to do this in the All-American. Kaye really wants to learn how to use her All-American. And I said, okay, let's prep it and put it on the All-American and go ahead and learn to do that today.
Right, and so basically just wash them and then you put them in a steamer or in water and bring them up to a boil.
Bring them up to a boil. It allows you to get the skins off easier. They will be chunked up into the most uniform size that is possible, and then.
And we're putting them in pint jars, wide mouth pint jars. So you'll see a little bit of the process, but I basically wanted her to show me the All-American because now I'm pretty familiar with the Presto. And I didn't want her to leave here without showing me the All-American. So that's what's next, so stay tuned. Once again, we are using 4 jars canning lids for all of our canning during this pressure canning series. And I am an affiliate for 4 jars now, so if you'd like to order some, please get my affiliate link underneath the video and get my discount code for 10%. Thanks so much for your support. Okay, I have the graniteware loaded up with the sweet potatoes. It's about half full. I'm going to cook those until they're tender, which will be easy to slip off the skins, cube them up, and pack into the jars with the light syrup. If canning and building a sustainable homestead is of interest to you, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. Click the bell for notifications, scroll down and click all so you won't miss an episode. These orange ones get done sooner. so it's time to make the syrup. And I have 6½ cups of filtered water in here, and I'm adding 3/4 cup pure cane sugar. Basically, we just stir this and kind of melt it, right?
Yeah, you just, the whole process is to get the sugar to dissolve, and that whole bit becomes what we put in our jars, and it's a light syrup.
So just once it's dissolved, we pour it into the...
We will be pouring it into...
Would you like me to pour this into a pitcher so that it would be easier to pour?
That might be definitely easier to pour as long as you don't burn yourself.
Okay, I am going to fill up a few jars. These jars are... Should we get some more hot?
No, you're going to have to start over every single time on that one, sadly. You'll be fine.
This one's not hot at all. I'll do this one. This one's warm. These two are warm. I'm going to try to get a little bit of each color in each jar. I mean, the chunks are kind of big, so it's going to be a lot of empty space.
Well, that'll be filled with the syrup. Don't mash them because you don't want that density.
So should I just make it fewer chunks?
Yeah, that'll be good. And then when you get to this point here and you go, oh, I don't have enough room, you can just slide one in.
Yeah.
And get it to where you feel comfortable with
Okay.
with that head space and everything.
Okay.
I love your purple.
I do too. I wish I had more. Be lucky to get one in each jar.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to fill up 6 jars after all.
I pretty much thought you would. It seemed like it was pretty good.
A couple of them were too mashed.
Well, I think the biggest thing with the steaming of the, maybe less time next time on the steaming so they aren't as fragile to you.
Right.
Heat.
Hey, that's what this is about. Learning, right?
Yeah.
Just trying to rush.
Don't worry, you're
Keep
good.
things every...
I know you're worried about the heat. Don't worry about the heat on that.
Okay.
It's just trying to prevent the shock. You're not going to have a shock here.
No, I'm not, because
Yeah.
nothing is really that hot.
No. And then remember, we're going to put, if you want, you're going to put that salt in there, the sea salt or the Himalayan salt.
Yes.
Do you have that in bulk somewhere in your pantry here? Just tell me.
I have the real salt. You can't use the Himalayan because it's chunks.
Chunks. Okay, so you have this.
See the real salt?
And do you have, and that was like we decided because we were doing pints that you were going to do.
Half a teaspoon, and the teaspoon is on that
You got it.
thing there. Have another purple one? No more purple. Well,
I think we determined we were doing a 1/4 of a teaspoon for the salt.
I thought it was half.
Half is for quarts. At least that's what I thought. I remember. I could be wrong. I'd have to revisit that book, which is over here.
I may be thinking of something else.
That's all right.
I may be thinking of the beet thing,
Yes.
you know? I think you're right. But you'll figure it out.
Yeah, just go ahead and look at the ones and add your chunks and shuffle them around there a little bit. Like I said, this is all learning and mostly to learn the canner.
Right. It's all about the canner.
That's right. You've got that beautiful canner there. And then just still use your funnel when you go to pour in each of those, unless you feel that this can give you more control without, you're still going to have to wipe your rims, and yeah, you need all those.
Are we doing that, the wiping of the rims with just water?
No, we're going to still use the vinegar because we still have that vinegar
Okay.
there.
Okay.
You can put a few, one or two in there. This is going to be great because what you'll be able to do is just when you're ready to have these to enjoy, you can pop open one of these jars, put it in your little fry pan, or in this might be able to handle another one. About, yeah. And then the juice will allow it to flow in the spaces that you're worried about.
Okay.
Look at there.
That looks...
Yeah, you can do a little more in there. And you can see why you wipe rims because of that.
Yeah, I'm making a mess.
But you're going to put your syrup in first when you do that. But first, why don't we do your salt?
I don't know if I need, well, maybe one more right there.
Okay, go ahead and do your salt.
Wipe my hands. Okay. And it's a half?
Yeah, a fourth. I think it half.
Well, yeah, you handed me a fourth.
Yes.
Right. So that's what I should
And then
do.
just be careful, yes, there you go. As long as you're comfortable with that, yeah.
I know, you always overflow.
Yeah. And with that good red mint salt, you definitely don't want to waste that good stuff.
I did waste a little.
That's okay. There you go, you're good. Yeah, look at there. Now I'm going to add some water in, or turn this on, because we do want that to be a little bit warm. And I think it's this one right here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, it's the top left. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead.
Oh, already did that one.
That's the nice thing about salt. You can usually see it if you do it at last. If you try and do it at first.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't.
Yeah. So this will give you that, salty, sweet.
Salty sweet.
Yeah.
I love salty
So
sweet.
now you're going to fill up to the rim. You're going to just cover what you have in there, and then we'll do the other. You don't need to. I think you can get away with not using that. That's
Okay.
going to cause you more problems, I think.
Okay.
So just I'll move your little late bloomer. See, nice having it in that. Little, yeah, good. You're good. Okay, yeah, you can go. Perfect, right there. That's what you want to see. Nice, right up against that rim. So
Okay.
go ahead to the next one.
Let's see a little thing I want to get out of there.
Yeah, that's just flavors.
It's just fiber.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Yeah.
can't get it out. Okay. That one almost looked like I could have gotten another piece in.
Yeah. Probably so, but you'll see that as you go along, and you can make adjustments. Just once you got all your sweet syrup in or your light syrup in, you can then wipe your rims. Then I usually try not to go back and mess with it.
Right.
So if you do decide to mess with it, you can do it before you mess with the rims. And look at there how perfect that was. You might even have a little bit, you can pour a little bit more maybe in this one here. Just to get over those. Perfect. Cool. Now I would take your debubbler. This one might be able to use a little bit more, just since you already have the syrup and it's not like we're trying to stretch the syrup to go. And then just a little bit with this one. And then once you debubble, you're going to find the same thing. So I set the debubbler by you. Okay. I'll move these out of your way to give us a clearer shot. So as you debubble, you see how sometimes you lose. See how you're...
Yeah.
So that's why...
See that.
Yeah. So you'll just debubble, and then you'll just go to your next one. Debubble all of them so that you can see where you are and see how much syrup you have left to concentrate that with.
It's a good thing we made it all.
Yeah.
Wow, it really did go down.
I mean, and we thought we were going to cut it in half. The whole process of debubbling, the jars is for exactly what you're doing. You will now see that you can add more syrup, light syrup, to give it just a little bit of that flavor into the jars with the remainder, and you'll probably use all of that. Perfect. Now go back and pour some more of your sweet.
Well, I mean, now they poked up. Does it matter?
No, that's not gonna. You're gonna cover still with, you're just gonna fill back up to that line. I mean, a lot of people worry about not 100% not covering. If that's the way you feel you want to be, you can take some of the food out of the jar.
If you're not worried about it, I'm not worried about it.
I don't worry about it because you're going to have a little bit of shrinkage just with the,
Yeah, breaks down.
that
They're
breaks
already
down.
soft.
Yes, and that's the trick to trying to get any squash or potatoes or anything to the right consistency.
How's that?
It looks perfect. So now here's your vanilla. Here's your vinegar.
I'll have my vanilla now,
You'll have your
please.
vanilla now. That might be another video. And wipe your drawers really, really good. Yeah, just really, because especially like you said, that sweet syrup thing can really, and I know there's a little bit, I think that may be on the outside, I'm not 100%, but. Jars, still 4 jars are so good, so thick that they do a great. This one's done.
And that and that.
Okay.
I'm doing these.
And since we'll be teaching you about I'll let you put them into the canner and
Okay.
kind of be able to understand that, like a canner is warmer than, a cold
They're
canner.
still warm, but
Yes, but for you, when you go to put it in so you can understand Thank you. It's getting a little farther for me to reach there, but that's okay.
I got that one right.
I'm assuming you did because it looks like it's in that line of sight for you. I hope we can fit
The
all-
audience is watching
I
and
know.
going, did she didn't do that one.
Rewind.
Wait,
You did this one, I remember.
okay,
That one I can vouch for. I can't vouch for
Okay.
the other two, but.
okay.
And now I'll let you
Yeah.
do this one finger tight because it's closer to you, and I'm stretching my back a little farther, and that's the last one. Don't forget to finger tight that other one that's got just a little, okay. And there you be. And there's the ring. Oops, sorry, hon. And you have your grabber there, and I think okay. So go ahead and get your grabber. Make sure, because they're hot, have a towel underneath you, so get your towel, that your vinegar towel works, and go ahead and set them in. And then we'll see how many we can get in. We might, yeah. Go ahead.
I think they need to be.
You're good.
Move back.
We'll move them back a little bit. This is just to, and don't be afraid if, always try to not hit your canner, especially this one, because it's so heavy. It's so heavy. Look at here.
What?
We're gonna end up with 2 cans that you might have to eat for dinner.
Oh no. Really?
Well, this,
Won't it do a middle one?
it will, but if we can get it in, we'll just have to see if it will fit in. If it doesn't fit in, you're gonna have 3 that, nope, can't do that.
We can't?
Nope. So this canner only fits in
5?
5. Yeah, I thought that was the case, but that's okay. Put them over there. The nice thing about canning is we can do a cold canner if we have to later, or we can put those in the refrigerator and they can be used for food.
Okay, long day, huh? All right, so
So
with the All-American, you have to coat this ring with oil, and in my case, I'm using coconut oil.
And I'm just going to take a little bit. You just do it with your finger.
Yeah. Just a nice, even all the way around. And get it on the rim, yes, because that rim is going to seal in here. And you're going to see the first time you try to open this, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it seems like it's so hard to open.
Okay.
But after a while, it'll, and just rub it all in.
I got too much.
You might have,
anyway.
but you know what? I can get...
Doesn't matter, right?
Just spread it around.
Okay.
It's not like it's going to cause it not to work. And you can go ahead and wipe your hand on your tea towel here. That's good. That's perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Good enough?
Good enough.
Okay.
Okay, so now we've got a nice grip to do this. So the American canner has those arrows. So there's an arrow here, and then if you flip over your canner here, there's an arrow right here. So those arrows get lined up, and as you start to work this, so just go ahead and set it in. You're not going to hurt anything, but you do need to. There's also this here, and then you hear that.
Yeah.
See how now before it was a little rougher. So there you go.
Okay.
So that should be, the arrow should be matching your gauge. I usually do this, so the
They're
gauge.
a little bit off.
It's going to be a little off till it adjusts to you. So I'm going to just move it a little bit.
Okay.
So now you take one in. So you kind of go from there, put it in. So you're going to take this side, tighten it down.
Okay.
And you might have to loosen it to get it up there.
Okay.
So just, and then it might be a first time force. Don't worry about it. And then tighten it down.
Okay.
And then you're going to do the opposite. Just I don't want to say
Lightly
finger tight,
tight.
lightly, because we're going to really tighten it later.
Okay.
So now you're going to do that side.
Okay.
Probably has to loosen for its first time.
Okay.
Then tighten it down. And then you're going to do the same thing with each of these. So there's a total of 6, and you're just going to do that. And then what I like to do after I've done what you've just done, and then do this one and that one. And once you do this a few times, it's like, for lack of a better term, like clockwork. You just learn how to do that. Okay, so now tighten them all down. You're just gonna go, and you're gonna just. I mean, you're tightening them down is what the goal is.
Yours are already tight.
I know. I tightened them over on this side to help you out. Okay. And so now you have to wait till you vent.
We're all.
This part is all done, and now it's the same as this. This is going to vent as the temperature goes up.
Okay.
And we just wait for that temperature to go up,
Okay.
or this to vent for the 10 minutes. And we can actually keep this up a little, kick up the temp just a little bit, and then you're just going to do the same thing as we did with the Presto. We're going to wait till the temperature comes up, vents for 10 minutes, but you're not going to see this lift up.
No.
It does not have that. So this is going to vent for 10 minutes, and then you're going to put your weight for your area, which is 10, because that's the only option you have. And this dial here has a 10, and that will then sit on top of that like that.
Okay.
So we'll leave that
Just
right
wait.
there, and we're just going to wait.
All right.